welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Apusha Pool and the show is Youth and Politics. And before we go to today's topic, which is political relationships, let's first review what we discussed last week. And for last week, we agreed that we must ensure that women are engaged into politics. So we have to give equal opportunities for women and men. So there's nothing like we're masculine and we're feminine. No. Let's agree on one ground that we are giving women opportunities also to rule. So back to our topic today is women. Our topic today is political relationships. And I'm happy and glad to host one of my best political analysts. This is Rocky Nicholas. Let him introduce himself once again.
Hello everyone, I'm Rocky Nicholas, a member of Ford Kenya Party, and I'm also a political analyst. And today we are going to speak about political relationships.
So Rocky, today's topic is about political relationships. So could you just, in a nutshell, just tell us how is the political relationship in our country? Do you think these politicians relate well to one another?
So first of all, each and every member should be able to understand what we truly mean by political relationships. And when we speak about political relationships, we are trying to check on how do politicians relate to one another in order to express the interest of the public. And when you check on our country Kenya, you'll come and realize like we don't have good political relationship, especially like most politicians. The relationship between them is not that good because you'll find like abuses during times of campaigns, and also most of them are doing it for their own interest, not the interest in the public. So as per now, one thing I'll try to consider is like political relationship is not that good in our country.
But you said that political leaders have abused, they abuse one another. But even in a normal relationship, even your boy-girl relationship, you have insults, you have abuses, you have fights. But it's something that is normal. So how do you think that now you are saying, look, we have people abusing one another, and yet even in your own personal relationships, you abuse one another?
One thing you have to notice is that abuses, as you're saying, abuses in most relationships are there. But one thing we'll come and consider is that people, as a politician, you've been elected there to serve the people. And as you are elected to serve the people, in other words, you are elected to be a role model to the public outside there. They'll be seeing each and every act that you do. Then now, when you come to political relationship, when we're mostly talking about political relationship, one thing you have to consider is that each and every person who is elected, you have been chosen by the people. And therefore, there should be that union among different politicians in order to address the public interest of the public, because you are elected there in order to do what? To serve the people. So, one thing we have to understand, first of all, when we speak mostly about political relationship, is that we are trying to advocate for the unity, oneness among each and every person who is there.
And just to wrap up with this first question, like in 2017, there was no any political relationship that was experienced. Not until 2018, was it on 7th of March, that we had this handshake thing, and then the country was cool, we had peace. So as we talk about that, do you think these are good political relationship that has been formed?
Okay, you're speaking about the handshake, and the handshake here, that was a good sign by Uhuru and Raila, where they brought up the handshake. That's a kind of relationship. But when we try to analyze about the handshake very well, I said earlier, like when we speak about political relationship, we're trying to bring together each and every person, and we're trying to check on how public interest, that is the interest of the people. But when you consider the handshake between Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga, it was a relationship that brought peace among each and every person. But on the other side, it kind of put away another tribe. It brought Kikuyus and the Jalus together. But in the same time, there is somebody who was put away, our deputy president, William Ruto. Because one thing we'll come and realize is that after the handshake was made, it's like there's no work for the deputy president. And when you go back since then and try to notice, each and everything that was carried out in the country was done by two people. You could see the president, which is Uhuru Kenyatta, and the prime minister, the former prime minister, who was Raila Amolo Odinga. We could not see William Ruto anywhere. So one thing will come and realize through all this, through the handshake, it was bringing upon a kind of political relationship. But when you try to analyze each and everything, what brought up about the handshake is to express the needs, the personal interest of the ODM party, that's the Raila Amolo Odinga. And that's why he was trying to bring up the BBI initiative. So that relationship which was made during the handshake was for the interest of what? The ODM party and for the individuals themselves. Like, there was a lot of conflicts before that about Uhuru stealing, the companies were going down. So it was one way to bring togetherness in the country.
As we're mentioning of William Ruto,
Yeah.
I remember at the very first stage, William Ruto says that anaunga mkono handshake.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
But again, why do you say again that it is to throw him away?
Okay. One thing we have to consider as a leader, you must act with integrity. So he was using that as a cover-up, and that's why I can truly say William Ruto is one of the wise men that will ever try to find her. Yeah, on his side, he was affected because you'll come and see in one or another, the handshake was opposing him. At before there was an agreement after that election, in the upcoming election, that Uhuru Kenyatta will support him, the deputy president with William Ruto. But after the handshake, they were trying to come up with ways to amend the constitution, to bring up new rules on the constitution, so as to do what? So as Ruto, when it comes to 2022, he will not be able to vie. Or else, even if he vies to be the president, it will give an opportunity for the Raila Amolo Odinga to do what? To vie for the presidential elections. So that's why I'm saying it was for the personal interest of the.
So it was egocentric.
Yeah.
And as we finish up on the issue of handshake, we've had, because I believe the political relationships in Kenya are supposed to unite all the Kenyans, as you've said.
Yeah.
But it is through the issue of the handshake that we've seen one party being called the, how do you call it, the who of corruption? The Lord of, I don't know, is it the Lord of corruption or the Lord of what? Because there's a name Ruto has been given by Raila. But this name came in as a result of handshake. But now my question is, do you think that the handshake that we are experiencing right now was formed to paint the image of William Samoei Ruto in a different, or in a negative direction? Because, let me ask you, how many leaders are there who are corrupt, have been mentioned in corrupt cases? How many?
There are many.
There are many. But why is it that immediately after the handshake, corruption has been centered to only an individual? Could you please tell us how is that relationship built? Because you cannot tell me you're building good political relationship and then you're accusing one person.
Yeah. So, as I said earlier, William Samoei Ruto is supposed to vie in 2022 elections, and they're trying to do that. It's like forming a cover on him so that people can see that he doesn't have the capability to be there. But because when somebody knows you have the power to manage it in the upcoming elections, I'll do all my best to put you down. That's normal in politics. And,
not even in politics.
Yeah?
Everywhere.
You find leadership is one of the positions most critical. Such a way when I see you are a powerful person who has the ability to succeed in the elections, I will try all means so that I can do what? I can put you down. And that's why even I will come to add with that. As I said earlier, we are trying to advocate for political relations, that is good political relationship, so that to be a form of what? Uniting each and every person from each and every part. But after the handshake was made, there were two groups which were formed. The Kielewek and what? Tanga, which brought a rivalry between the Jubilee party. Okay? So such that there are those people, because each and every person, each and every member of the Jubilee party knows the reality because he's in the party. So there was that group which went to support Ruto, and there's another group which is supporting the what? The handshake. And that's why when you said earlier, during the greeting,
the handshake,
handshake, William Samoei Ruto was saying everything is normal. It's just he was talking about it. He never wanted to show the people what's happening behind the scenes. Because when he tells it out, it will bring a lot of also damages. Like it will give people a lot of threat, and it can also cause a disorder in our country.
So, with the issue of political relationships, I know that so long as we've formed a political relationship, so long as we've come together, we can allow our members to move from party to party. But we've seen recently Aisha Jumwa being beaten up and down, being moved side and sides because he is supporting William Ruto. And in your own words, could you please describe for me? Because we've already formed the political relationships, we are already peaceful.
Yeah.
So it means I can support you, you can support me, or my people can support you, or my people can support the other person because we are united. But why is it that some people get confronted, some people are misused, some people are mistreated because of this what we call political relationships that have been formed?
Yeah. Okay. One thing we'll come and realize first of all, each and every party has its own interest. And you as an individual, you have the right, according to the constitution, to vote or to vote for the person that you like. Okay. So one thing when we check on the parties, like each and every party, there's that one person that they believe this person has the capabilities, the same to the other party. That's how. Now with that, for example, let me give you a good example. I'm in Ford, Kenya. Then I see a member from the Jubilee Party, for instance, I say like William Samoei Ruto. Then from Ford, Kenya, we have somebody like Wentangula also wants to vie for the presidency. From the other party, I see somebody like William Samoei Ruto is also vying for the presidential candidate. So when I see that the person from the Jubilee Party has the capabilities, I have the right and I have the freedom to vote for him. But there is that ideology created among each and every person, like because you are in this party, you'll have to vote for somebody from your own party. And this is one of the things that's killing us very mostly and making us to choose people who are not effective. Even though that I know that this person is not effective to vie for that seat or to issue out the manifesto that he has told to people, like to give it to service to the people. When I know that this person does not have the capability, I will still be forced from the ideology and culture that I've been brought up with. Like for example, I'm in Ford, Kenya. Wetangula is the leader of Ford, Kenya. So if I see like something like that, you'll find like it will cause a problem.
What is the effect of the handshake to youths? Because we are focusing on the youth, and this movement we are helping the youth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I've heard yourself saying that you are a member of Ford Kenya.
Yes.
Also 2022, I don't know what we'll be doing.
Okay.
But we are supposed to be centered to helping the youth. Because now, recently we've heard that, was it yesterday's newspaper said that Uhuru's government is full of old people. And this was as a result of this handshake we are talking about. But what is the effects of the handshake to our Kenyan youths?
Effect of the handshake. Okay, one thing like you have to realize, first of all, you have to make sure like the handshake should bring it to the perspective like the handshake should be there to unite each and every person. And that as uniting each and every person, it means that it will give more opportunities for the young people to come and get into politics. No matter the tribe that you are in. So it will give an open up first of all to young people in order give them a platform in which they can engage be in politics. But one thing I came to realize, like through the handshake that they brought up these initiatives, the BBI initiative, which was one of the initiatives which is not that conducive. Both of them, the BBI and Punguza Mzigo, because you come and realize that the BBI initiative is trying to advocate for a prime minister. And one thing we'll come and realize, when you're introducing a prime minister, it means that we have to add more funds. And we have debts already. We need to add more funds, which is going to pay this prime minister. But instead, why don't we use the handshake to create other platforms where the youth can engage in, at least for a better tomorrow? Okay? You see, the issue of Punguza Mzigo. Also, it was discouraging the youth to do what? To engage in politics, reducing the number of constituencies. So, one thing I can say, the handshake should be there Even though it's there, yeah, it's there already, but they should be more focused on what? Providing platforms where the youth can participate.
So I believe one of President Uhuru's most achievement or great achievement, because we've seen, by the way, he has done nothing, but I believe in his manifestos, which was not there, that the handshake came in. Do you think it's one of his achievements? Because he has managed to unite the Kenyans.
I cannot say it's an achievement, and I want to disagree with you saying like he has united the Kenyans.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it has disunited the Kenyans. Mm-hmm. Like, how can you talk about uniting the Kenyans when you come and realize like even members of the Jubilee Party, headed by Uhuru Kenyatta, is divided? If the party itself is divided, are Kenyans divided? Are Kenyans united? No.
That's no.
Because first of all, you have the Kikuyus. The Kikuyus support, that's what is usually believed, like the Kikuyus support Uhuru Kenyatta. But right now you'll come and find out that they are split up in such a way that there are those who are supporting Ruto, those who are supporting who?
Right.
Uhuru. Okay? So in the same way you'll come and realize outside here to the public, that's what's happening. Like, we have two different groups. The Kieleweke, those who are advocating for Kieleweke, and others who are supporting for whom?
Tangatanga. So where are you?
Tangatanga.
Where are you? Because we only have two groups in Kenya. We're either in Tangatanga or we're in Kieleweke.
Because one thing I truly believe in is that we need a person who can understand everything that we go through, even back at home, you know. Living in a ghetto, somebody who has lived in a life full of struggles, hardship, can be able to understand what people need. Okay? When you check, we see these politicians do say like, when you consider it mostly, they usually say that they're doing improvements, they're bringing up developments, but when you check the northeastern part, the parts like Wajir, those people, around those places, they're truly suffering, and at the same time, they're saying there are a lot of funds which are distributed to that county to assist what? To assist bring up developments, but there is nothing going on. So I usually say like, we need a person who understands us. This is a hustler nation, and that's why I truly advocate. And he's a person of William Samuel Ruto is a person who has power, who has capabilities of ruling and understanding each and every person in the country. Yeah.
But why do you just pick someone? Because despite the fact, do you think you electing Ruto to be the president, do you think you will have united the nation? Because right now we've seen that there is no any political relationships. If people still compete, we've seen this in the Kibra by-election. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
because we've seen ODM is fighting Jubilee. Still same ODM is fighting ANC. Still same ODM is fighting for the Kenya. Do you get that?
Yeah.
If this is a way of a political relationship, do you think if we elect Ruto, I'm sorry, if we elect Dr. William Ruto, we must call him with his title. He has gone to school here.
Yeah.
If we elect him, do you think he will unite the Kenyans again?
Okay, I think.
Do you think he will unite Kieleweke and the Tangatanga?
I think yes. Like, it depends with the mentality that he gets in there with that. Because one thing we'll come and consider is that they're different parties. Okay? So, when we elect him there, in one way, right now it's a competition game, like different parties want to engage in. But when you try to consider the people who are trying to vie for the 2022 presidential candidates, you'll come and realize that he's one of the people who has the capabilities.
Apart from Ruto, who else has the capability?
Yeah.
You seem to be knowing some of these people will be vying.
Okay, we have as per now, who we know is like Gideon Moi. Gideon Moi will be vying. We have William Ruto. Then we have somebody by, what is his name? Wetangula. Obvious. Raila Odinga, I'm hearing is in the list.
So, Mudavadi?
Yeah.
Is he vying?
Yeah. He's in the list. So one thing we'll come and realize that with all these people, first of all, we need to pass a message, each and every person out there, each and every politician. First of all, we'll need to understand, like we are trying to bring union in the country. And okay, for example, Dr. William Ruto will be elected as president. He will have to put his house in order, so that one thing each and every other politician will have to understand is that he or she is elected there by the public. So when he's elected there by the public, all of them should come together under the one body, that is under a leader. And when they come together, they're there should do what? Should try to address the public interest of the people, not just to address their own interest.
So finally, I don't know if you remember when the former president of US, that is Barack Obama, the former president of US, while he was a senator, he wanted to come in Kenya and address the Kenyan politicians. But I remember the Kenyan politicians said, what can a mere senator tell us? You see, what can a mere senator tell us? You see, this one, it didn't build a good relationship between Kenya and USA. And I believe Moses Orang was the one advocating for this, that how can a mere senator come and address us? We are great people. But after being despised, Obama became the president. And immediately he became the president, the same Kenyans were fighting, come and address us, come and address us. The only thing is the same thing that will happen, that you are despising Ruto. You're saying, oh, son of a hustler, you can do nothing, you came from nowhere, and then boom, you are a millionaire, you are a billionaire. Do you think that relationship that people are despising one day can revive, and people are like, come and address us, you are the only person who can unite Kenyans.
Yeah, that's what usually happens. And one thing with us, Africans, not just Kenyans, with Africans, we tend to be ignorant in one or another. So that we despise a person, thinking like we know everything. But one thing we have to understand is that each and every person is here to learn. We should learn from other people, from their mistakes, then we come and bring what? Transformation. Even as a leader, you should learn from each and other leader's mistakes. We know this person was involved in corruption, and that's what brought him down, or that's what's making him suffer. Then you think what we have learned from that person, we come and change. Okay? So one thing that each and every person, nobody is perfect. And one thing that they should realize is like, each and every person should accept, like, you don't have the ability to manage, to rule people. Okay? We have to learn from other people. We need to do consultants. That's why you'll come and realize, like, most successful people, why are they in the top institutions? Because they had a person, they had a mentor, somebody who talked to them and tried to show them the way. When you have that person who feels like you cannot be told by anybody, that means like you are a failure, like you don't agree it. Yeah.
So I know you've moved away from the question, but I asked, do you think after after Obama was despised, he was a senator, but he became the president? And one thing he did was to unite all the states in America, to unite all his opponents together. So do you think when Ruto is elected, just in a minute, do you think when Ruto is elected, come 2022, if you will elect him, do you think he can do the same?
Yeah, he can bring a lot of transformations. Because he's a person who understands the people and can bring a lot from that. You know, he can break even the record of other presidents that there, bring developments and leave an achievement.
The only record you can break is a dynasty.
Yeah.
Dynasty that we've been having. Your father is a leader, my father is a leader. So but perhaps that's the only record you can break.
But we'll bring a lot of
unless it becomes Kipchoge. So finally, what can you tell to the public that about political relationships? Just in 30 seconds or 1 minute, you tell the public that this is what they're supposed to do to build good relationships, because our relationship, we say that it starts from the house, then it goes outside. Yes.
Yeah. So one thing I'd like to tell each and every person is that, first of all, you need to understand that political relationship is for the benefit of the people, not for our own social interest. And again, in order to maintain this political relationship, we have to consider, we have to try to manage, have good relations with each and every other political party, so that you are friends, okay? Even though you belong to different political party, just do what? Have a good relations. That's it.
So finally, guys, we've discussed, we've realized, we've heard from Rocky that one thing you must do is to advocate for political relationships. Leave alone political relationships. I've said that relationships begin in your own houses. If you've no good relationship in your house, then expect nothing better a relationship outside your house. So guys, please, I would like you to do 3 things. 1, like, 2, share, and then subscribe for more videos. Thank you guys for listening and viewing to us. Thank you, Rocky, once again. I look forward again to hosting you because you are just an amazing guy. Like, you are an amazing guy. May the Almighty God grant you good health and wisdom in your endeavors. Thank you.
Kutoka mwaka huo hatujawaona 2000 na basi sasa wanakuja hawana hata haya wanatuomba